I'm delighted to be able to bring yoga online finally. I've been studying hard all week, figuring out how to do this, and there's been a lot of yoga teachers in the same position as myself. So I'd love some feedback afterwards, guys. I realise my computer is not the best for this or the sound, but if it's diabolical or if there's any constructive criticism, I'd really, really appreciate it. So I hope you all have your mats, and all the same, you don't need a mat to do yoga, but you will need a few props just for your own sake. So the block, the belt, a blanket perhaps for later on. And this is gonna be crazy because I have no one in the class to tell me when I'm doing my lefts and my rights wrong. So if you see me do that, just ignore me. And we'll get on. So let's start in a comfortable seat. Pop yourself up on whatever you have there, a folded blanket, a pillow, a block, and just get yourself into an easy cross-legged position, okay? And then just pull any flesh out behind you there, all right? So that you feel quite comfortable and supported. And then sit up nice and tall, reach the crown of the head high, so the sides of the neck will automatically pull back as you do that, and your belly will begin to turn on a little bit. Good, just take your hands palm face down on your lap. So I'm aware that there's people here who wouldn't normally do the Hatha Flow. So this is quite a dynamic class, lots of fun. I hope to get a really nice long relaxation at the end with the meditation. We'll just see how the time goes. And if for any reason you find any of the poses tricky or you're not enjoying that little part, just leave it out. No one can see you. I can barely see you. So just enjoy. This is your practice in your living room or your bedroom or wherever you are. I'm just going to help you along the way. So with that in mind, let's just take a few moments to connect with the breath. In and out through the nose. Perhaps closing the eyes or just softening your gaze to the middle distance. Notice if you've already started to round the shoulders and just gently pick your heart up again. Allow your shoulder blades rest on the back. Let your face be soft. Good. And see if you can lengthen out that breath. Making the exhale a little bit longer than the inhale. And keep going just like that. So I just take this opportunity to wish you a very happy spring equinox. And it was a stunning, stunning day today with the sun shining. And the spring equinox is a time when the light begins to, we start to get more light than darkness. And the energy changes, so we get more of an energy of growth, of vitality, of change, and adjusting to that change using the energy of the sun. And this obviously only happens twice a year, but the spring equinox and then the winter equinox when it starts to get darker. And I was thinking about it, and the planets have to be in alignment with the sun in our solar system for that to happen, for that energy of growth, the energy to adapt and change. And bringing that down to the mat, I think it's a wonderful metaphor for us to draw into the center of our system, our little solar system. All of our planets align. And once that happens, we can sing and our inner light begins to shine out. And when that happens, you're just a light for everybody else. So let's try and find that alignment by drawing everything in towards the midline, finding our center, the center of our solar system, our sun, and so we can shine out hopefully. Okay, so with that in mind, just connecting with the earth to start, feeling the ground or whatever you're sitting on beneath you, rooting down to that spot. Big inhale through the nose and exhaling down, down, down into the earth beneath you. Just take 2 more like that. And last one. And then exhale. Opening your eyes and just take your left hand to the ground, or if you're sitting up higher, if you prefer to sit up higher, you may need a little block or something so you can reach the ground more easily. And then take your right arm up and overhead. I hope this is right with the mirroring. Just correct if it's wrong and let me know later. Exhale, bring that top arm up and overhead and extend up and out. Turn the palm of your hand down and rooting down into your right sit bone. Express and extend out through your fingertips. Spin the chest up towards the ceiling. Big breath into the right side of the rib cage. And then exhale and release. Let's take a little twist here. Bring the right arm across to the left thigh. Sit up nice and tall. Big breath. And as you exhale, twist around to the left. Take another couple of breaths there. Stay with your Ujjayi breath, so that audible breath in and out through the nose. You can feel your belly twisting and drawing around towards the back. Pressing into that thigh. On your exhale, just release out of that, and then you can take your right arm underneath your left and wrap them around each other. You may just get to a cross here like an X, or you may be able to wrap them around each other. It doesn't matter. I just want you to feel opening in your upper back. So lift the elbows up, your gaze into the crease of the elbows there, sitting up tall. Find your belly and tone it. Big breath in. And as you exhale, feel the pelvic floor drawing in to support you. And again. And exhale and release the arms. Let's just change the crossing of the legs before they go to sleep. So I'm in one shin in front of the other here. I've got somebody waiting to come in. It's just so typical. I'll let them in. Admit. Okay. Hi! So taking the other leg in front, you're going to take the right hand to the floor, reach up with the left arm, exhale, bringing it up and overhead. Remember to root down into the left sit bone, extending out through the fingertips. Inhale, spin the chest open. Doesn't that feel great? Whew. Big breath in. And exhale. 2 more. And exhale. 1 more. And exhale, release that one, come up to sit. I'm going to take a little twist here by taking the left arm across the body, sit up nice and tall, find length in your spine, and on your exhale, twist around towards the back. Push the hand into the thigh to help lever you a little bit more deeply in. And if you've just eaten, these twists can be a little bit heavy on your gut, so temper it if you need to. Take 2 more here. And 1 more. And then exhale, just bring it back around to the front. Ha, okay, now eagle arms from here. Take the left arm underneath the right, wrap them around each other as much or as little as you can. Then lift the elbows up towards the ceiling. Drop the gaze into the crease of the elbows. Feel your belly zipper up from the pubic bone up to the navel, supporting yourself. Use your Ujjayi breath. And last one. And then exhale, release. Now we're going to come on to all fours. Taking your hands shoulder distance apart and spread the fingers wide. Have a look at your knees, take them hip distance apart there, and you can roll the toes under to start. Just find engagement in your belly there. You will anyway. Extend the right arm or right leg out behind you. And keeping the toes pointing down towards the floor, lift it to hover parallel with the floor. And just fight that urge to lift the hip up. Instead, keep the hips nice and level there, okay? Now feel the belly hugging in. Now just see how this goes. If you don't like taking the hand off the floor as well, just keep the leg up hovering instead. Tense the fingers on your left hand, okay? And then maybe lift the left arm to hover out in front of you, turning the palm of the hand in. And from the fingertips, draw into the back of the heart there. And from the sole of the foot, draw right in towards the center of the pelvis. Engaging the midline of the body, holding it here. And then exhaling, bend the elbow in towards the knee, round the back, find your cat here. Inhale and extend away. Exhale and round in. Inhale, extend away. Exhale back in. Inhale and extend. Let's take 3 more. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale and hold it here. I know. Keep knitting the outer left hip in towards the midline. Inhale, lift the right leg and the left arm out to the side, bird dog. Exhale, bring it back in towards the midline. You can feel your belly now. Inhale, out to the side. Exhale, bring it back in. Inhale, out to the side, nearly there. Exhale, bring it back in. Inhale, out. Exhale, in. Out. In. Last one, come on, out. And in, bring the hand to the floor. The knee to the floor, knees wide, sit back on your heels, child's pose. Woo! Big breaths into the nose and out through the open mouth. And again. And out. Just allowing the heart rate to settle down. Or maybe that's just mine, I don't know. Inhale, come onto all fours. Find your knees hip distance apart again and your hands shoulder distance apart. Press down into the inner margins of those hands. Then lift the left leg to hover parallel with the floor, turning the toes to face down. Lift the heart forward, tone the belly and tent the fingers of the right hand. Maybe lift the right arm up to hover, okay? Then exhale, bend knee to elbow, round it in. Inhale, extend away. Exhale, round in. Inhale and away. Exhale and in. Inhale and extend. Exhale and in. Inhale and extend. Last one, exhale and in. Inhale and extend. Good. Hold it. Now, bird dog. Inhale, arm out to the side, leg out to the side. Exhale, back into the midline. Fight the urge to sag the hips out to the side. Knit the hip to the midline. Out to the side. Into the center. Out to the side. Back to the center. Inhale and out. Exhale and in. Last one, out. Exhale, in. Hands to the floor, knee to the floor, knees nice and wide, sit back on your heels, child's pose. Take a couple of more breaths here. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Good work. Good to build some heat in the body, creating that awareness of the physical body and bringing you right into this moment, onto the mat. Forget about whatever's going on and be here right now. Good. Another breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. And then find your way back up onto all fours. Okay? From here, we're going to take little wave. So roll the toes under. Most of you know this one. And then lift the hips up, lifting the heart forward and then hinging at the hips and coming back into downward facing dog. Then inhale from here, round the back, bring the shoulders forward over the wrists and come onto your toes, soften the knees to the floor, all the way down to all fours. When you get to all fours, find your cow pose, lift the heart, lift the sit bones. Exhale and start to come down to child's pose. Head down. Inhale, find your cat, round your upper back, lift the sit bones off the heels, all fours. Find cow, lift the heart, lift the sit bones, roll the toes under and press back, downward facing dog. Moving with the breath now, inhale, all fours. Exhale, back to child's pose. Inhale, all fours. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, all fours. Exhale, sit around back. Let's do 3 more. Roll the toes, press back. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more, inhale. Exhale. Last one, and hold it in down dog. Exhale, find your dog. Woo! Have a quick look at your hands. Make sure you're pressing down into your fingertips. Pressing down into the inner margins of your hands. And from here, energetically draw right up into your arms. Hug the muscles into the bones. Draw onto your back. Feel the shoulder blades drawing down towards each other. Tone your belly. Lengthening the sides of the body. And then feel the inner thighs drawing back and apart as if your shins were rolling in towards each other. From here, drop to your knees at any point you need a break. Take an inhale and lift your right foot, right leg up towards the sky. 3-legged dog. You won't come so high because you want to keep the hips nice and square. All right. Now, exhale. Bend the right knee, bring the right heel behind the left buttock, and open up the hips, stack the hips. Keep lifting up through your left armpit. Big stretch on. Inhale, straighten that right leg. Start to bend the left knee. Look forward of the hands and bring the right knee forward. Start to round your back as you move forward, lifting onto the toes of the back foot. And then very gently step forward. Now you could have just come down straight to your knees. Dog, knees, and step it forward also. So do that, modify any point, okay? So bring your back knee to the floor and come into a low lunge. Good. And then let the hips sink down towards the floor. And then press into the heel of the front foot and energetically draw it back. And press into the toes of the back foot, energetically drawing the back leg forward. So your legs feel like they're scissoring in towards each other. Keep that engagement. You're drawing into the midline and lift the arms up towards the sky. Extending out through the fingertips, shining out. Why? Because you have drawn right into the midline. You've found your center. You've found that strength, support, and engagement. And so maybe even taking a slight back bend by dropping the tailbone down. Lift the heart even more. It's better than coffee. And then exhale, take the hands to the floor. Gently lift the hips back, roll the toes under and press to down dog, downward facing dog. Take a moment here. If you need to drop to the knees, go ahead and do that. Okay, from here, take an inhale and lift the left leg to the sky. Don't lift it too high, keep the hips nice and square. You just feel that in the back of the right hamstring there. Exhale, bend the left knee, stack the hips towards the left this time. But be careful not to collapse in on the right side. Keep lifting up into the right armpit. And see if you can spread the toes of the back foot. Feel that gorgeous opening in the front of the left hip there. Good, and then inhale, straighten that leg again. On your exhale, either drop to the knees and step forward to a low lunge, or take the left knee forward, lift onto the toes of the back foot, round the back, look forward at the hands, and step forward. Bring the back knee to the floor. Sink the hips. Whoo! It's much harder when you do the class yourself. Goodness. Okay, just feel the front of that right hip open. Good. And then root down into the heel of the front foot as if you were drawing the heel energetically back. Bring the back knee towards the front heel, scissor the legs. Keep that engagement and lift the arms up. Whew. Extend out through the fingertips. Press into the toenails of the back foot enough to support you to maybe drop the tailbone down a little bit more. And then exhale, two hands to the floor, press back, downward facing dog. Take 3 breaths here. Feel free to drop to your knees and take a breather while we're doing this. I won't know. Okay, whew. And last one. Okay, here we go. Take an inhale, lift the right leg up. On your exhale, bend the knee in towards the nose. Round your back. Lift onto the toes of the back foot and step her forward to a high lunge. Come up onto your fingertips. Nice, strong legs. Root down into the heel of the front foot. Push back through the heel of the back foot. Keep that engagement nice and strong. And then you can take your hands into Uttara Bodhi Mudra, clasping the fingertips together, all except the index fingers, and press the index fingers together, okay? From here, draw a line up towards the ceiling. Okay, if you're feeling very unstable, don't do the arms. Inhale, lift, trace up towards the ceiling, push out through that back heel, and bring it up. Sink down into the front leg, front knee stacks over the ankle. Whew. Inhale, exhale. Last one, inhale, and exhale. Hands back down to the floor, step back down dog. 3 breaths. Inhale, exhale. Last one, inhale, exhale. All right, second side. Inhale, lift the left leg up towards the floor, or ceiling. Exhale, bend the knee in towards the nose. Lift onto the toes of the back foot and bring your weight forward. Step it forward. Come onto your fingertips. Tailbone down. Turn the legs on again. Draw into the midline, into the center of the pelvis. Good. Then take your Uttara Bodhi Mudra again. Fingers, index fingers together. You just cross the right thumb over the left. Root down into the ground, push out through that back heel, and lift up, trace a line. Woo. All the way up to the ceiling. Once you get there, re-engage the legs. Press back through that heel. Maybe bring the arms in line with the ears. Tailbone down, tummy engages. Good, it will feel like a really, really strong pose. On your exhale, maybe trace that line back down towards the floor, nice and easy. Hands onto the floor and step her back, downward facing dog. Whew. 3 breaths. Last one. And exhale it out. Okay. Inhale. Look forward of the hands. Come onto your toes and bend your knees. And then walk your feet towards your hands there. Exhale, soften the knees. Coming into Uttanasana, a full forward fold. Let the top of your head just drop down towards the floor. And if the floor is too far away, use a block or put your hands on your shins. Good, soft, soft knees. Take a couple more breaths here. Exhale. And out. Exhale. Now turn your hands up into the creases of the hips. Bring your elbows back up towards the ceiling. Soften the knees, lifting the heart. And then root down into the earth and rise up towards the sky, all the way up to stand. Exhale and relax. Whew, you made it. So, how are you all? Are you all okay? Give me a wave if you're okay. Can you still hear me? Awesome. Great. Okay. So, mountain pose, Tadasana. Stand with your feet together for this one, please. And then lift all 10 toes off the floor. Spread the toes out. And then step them gently back down on the floor. Strong toes. And then root back into your heels. Good. Just be careful not to lock out the knees when you do that. Okay? I have to remind myself to do that. So, yeah, softer knees. Okay. Now, roll the shins in towards each other. You can see that in my legs, just that change. And then feel the thigh bones moving back. So your bum starts to stick out behind you a little bit. Just take your hands onto your hips for a sec. And then correcting that, take the tailbone down, a little bit of external rotation just to find balance. Not so much that you flatten out the lumbar curve, but enough that you feel like you're standing not like a duck, but the tailbone is pointing down. Okay. And then from here, you can take your hands down, palms face forward, and find length in the sides of the body, rise up into the armpits. Take the shoulder blades onto the back and feel your heart lifting as it's supported from behind. Okay, good. Then drop your chin into neutral and bring the sides of the neck back. Soft eyes. In through the nose, out through the nose. If the nose isn't working, just don't stop breathing. Good. Keep going. Close your eyes and notice how strong and supported this pose feels. Feel the shins rolling in towards each other, in towards the midline. Feel the thighs moving back. Feel the belly on. Good. And then from here, take an inhale and lift the arms up towards the ceiling, extending out through the fingertips, keeping all of that engagement. And from the fingertips, draw right back down to the back of the heart, create space at the base of the neck. Good. And then take the left wrist in the right hand and reach out over towards the right, I think. I think. Yeah, good. Spin the chest up. Root down into that left foot. Big breath into the right side or the left side of the rib cage. Don't collapse into the opposite side, so keep reaching up and away out from the pelvis. Inhale, bring it back into center. Change it over, take the right wrist in the left hand. Root down into the right foot and stretch over to the left. Be mindful not to collapse into that side, but reach up and away. Keep your mountain pose on. Inhale, bring it back to center. Exhale and release. Give the arms a bit of a shake. Shimmy it out. Release the neck. Whew, ready for a bit of mountain pose? I love this one. I'm forever telling you, it's like a metaphor for life. When everything is in flux all around you, you can feel that movement, but by drawing back into yourself, into the midline, you find that strength and support, and you can stay. And if you come down, it doesn't actually matter. You can, go back up again. So if anyone feels extra wobbly, find a wall and hold on to that. Or if you're practicing with someone beside you, you can partner up and put your arms around each other and then use the outside legs. Okay. So to start, find mountain. Breathe out through your feet. Good. And then root down into your left foot. Take your right foot up either onto the calf or perhaps onto the thigh, okay? And press inwards. Then release your hands and bring them in towards your heart into a prayer position there. That bent knee does not have to come all the way out to the side. Bring it to somewhere that's comfortable. Keep finding your mountain pose here by taking the tail down. Tone the belly. Press the foot into the thigh, press the thigh into the foot. And find elevation in the heart there. If this is super easy, take your arms up and overhead. Good. And you can feel that movement as you stand there, and that's okay. And if you come down, you just come back up again. Go with 2 more breaths. And then exhale and release down to the ground, nice and steady, nice and easy. Mountain. Take a couple of breaths here, and we'll go for the second side. And then exhale. Okay, let's root down into our right foot this time. Spread the toes, remember your mountain. And then press the foot to the calf or to the upper inner thigh. Press in, hands to the heart. Soft gaze. Perhaps taking your arms overhead. Find your drishti, that point that you can focus on, something that's not moving, and stay with that. And be okay with the movement. Be okay with that disturbance. Just let that wash over you. Stay with your focus. Stay drawing into the center. Take 3 more here. And then exhale and slowly release. Whew. Give the legs a shake, give the arms a wiggle. Okay, so we're going to get moving. We're going to do some salutations. I'm going to bring you through a vinyasa with a modification. If you choose to take your regular vinyasas with up dog, go for it. Just mind your shoulders. Keep your heart lifted forward. You know the routine, okay? So let's start at the top of the mat. And we're going to start with Sun Salutation A, Surya Namaskar A. Bring your feet together at the top of the mat. Hands at the heart. Samastiti hands. Big breath in, reach up and overhead. As you exhale, fold forward, knees soft. Hands to the floor or to the shins. Good. Exhale, folding in. Inhale, half lift, look up. Exhale, arm fold. Inhale, bend the knees, put the hands on the floor and step. Everybody step, no jumping please. Back to plank, Balangasana. Lift the heart, drop the knees if you need to. Lift the heart. Draw the legs in towards the midline. Tone the belly as you move your tailbone down towards your heels. Lift the heart. As you exhale, option one, easier modification. Drop the knees. Drop the hips and lie down on your belly. Keep your fingertips where they are. Press the toenails into the floor. Keep the inner thighs moving towards each other. Inhale, curl up to cobra. Keep the elbows bent in by your sides. Exhale, roll the toes under, lift the knees up, and back downward facing dog. Okay? Good. I'll keep doing the easy modification. For you more advanced yogis, you obviously know what you're doing, so go for it, okay? So from here, take 2 more breaths. And more. That's probably 3, doesn't matter. Exhale. Inhale, look forward of the hands. Come onto the toes, bend the knees, and step or jump forward. Exhale when you arrive. Fold it in. Inhale, root down into the floor. Bend the knees, rise up. Hands together, draw in towards the heart, in towards the midline, into the very center of yourself. And release. And again, inhale, reaching up. Exhale and fold. Soft knees, drop the top of the head down. Inhale, half lift. Exhale and fold. Inhale, press the hands, step back, plank, heart lifts. Exhale, bring it down, chaturanga or knees, hips, floor. Inhale, cobra or up dog yogis. Exhale, roll the toes, lift the knees, bring it back, down dog. 3 breaths. Last one. Inhale, look forward of the hands, come onto your toes, bend your knees and walk forward or jump. Exhale and fold in. Inhale, root down, rise up. Hands together, bring them in towards your heart. And release. Bend the knees and sink the hips. Bring the arms up, Utkatasana, chair pose. Bring your weight back into your heels. Feel the belly pull in. Good, and then inhale, exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale and fold. Bend the knees, press the hands and step back to plank. Lift the heart. Exhale, chaturanga or knees, hips, down. Inhale, curl up, cobra up dog. Exhale, roll the toes, lift the knees up and back, down dog. 1 breath here. Okay, inhale, lift the right leg up. Exhale, bend the knee and bring it forward as we were doing before. Right foot between the hands. Spin the back heel to the floor and rise up to warrior 1. Are you with me? Yeah, thumbs up. Take the right arm underneath the left. Eagle arms, we did them at the beginning. And then find your knee stacking over your ankle there. Good. Warrior one. One more. Exhale, release. Take the hands down to the floor and step back to a plank. Some of you may prefer just go straight to downward facing dog and skip the vinyasa. That's totally fine. Exhale, knees drop, hips, and lie down. Inhale, curl up. Exhale, roll the toes, lift back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, left side, lifts. Exhale, bring it through, step. Spin the back heel down, rise up. Left arm underneath the right. Sink the hips. Maybe feeling stable enough to take a wee back bend. See how you feel. Two more. And then exhale and unfurl the hands. Take them to the floor. Find your way through a vinyasa or straight to downward facing dog. Plank. Knees, hips, down. Curl cobra. Exhale. Plank dog. 3 breaths here. And last one. Inhale, look forward, bend the knees, step her forward, exhale to fold in. Inhale, bend the knees and sink the hips. Rise up, chair. Bring the belly in, tailbone down. Next inhale, rises you up, hands together, in towards the midline. And release. I'm sure you're starting to feel the heat build. This is good. This is the energy that you need to stay on the mat, stay focused, working through the physical body and find that alignment and that feel-good sensation. Okay, we're going to do that again. We're going to add on a little bit to it. If you want to skip a vinyasa and go straight to dog or even take a holiday in child's pose, go for it. Okay, here we go. Take an inhale, reach up. Exhale, bend the knees and sink the hips. Inhale, exhale and fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale and fold. Inhale, bend the knees, place the hands, plank pose. Heart lifts. Exhale, chaturanga or drop the knees, hips. Lay down. Inhale, curl up. Exhale, bring it back, downward facing dog. Take an inhale and lift the right leg again. Keep it simple. Exhale, step it through, because I've no one to tell me when I get my sides wrong. True to your hands, bring the back heel to the floor and rise up. Warrior one, but take your eagle arms again. So right arm underneath the left. Okay. One more breath here. And then you're going to step forward into full eagle pose, Garudasana. So keep the arms as they are. Inhale, bring the weight forward, lift onto the toes of the back foot and bring the weight forward. Wrap the left leg around the right. A little bit or a lot. Squeeze into the midline, find your center. Soften the front knee and fold forward. Use a drishti. Find the fold. One more, and then you're stepping it back to crescent pose or high lunge. Inhale, lift up. Unwrap the legs and step the left foot back. Push back through that back heel. Release the arms. Be steady, take the arms up. Crescent lunge. Woo! 2 more here. Push back through the heel. And then exhale, take the hands down to the floor. Find your way through a vinyasa or to downward facing dog. One breath here. Exhale it out. Take an extra one. Left side. Take an inhale. Lift the left leg. Exhale. Bring it through to meet your hands. Spin the back heel to the floor and rise up. Warrior one. Find your legs. Find your foundation. Root down solidly into the floor and then take the left arm underneath the right. Sink into eagle arms, perhaps at a back bend. Tailbone down, feel the belly turning on. Exhale, release. Bring the weight forward. You're stepping forward to eagle pose. Lift onto the toes of the back foot. Bring the weight forward. And then step the right foot across the left, wrapping it around a little bit or a lot. And then soften, folding forward. Squeezing the legs into the midline, squeezing the arms. Find stability. And if you don't find stability, that's okay too. It means you were looking, and that still counts. Inhale, straighten up, bring it back, high lunge, release the arms. Push back through that back heel and lift the arms skyward, tailbone down. Two more, almost there. We're nearly finished with the heated part. And then exhale, make your way to dogward through a vinyasa, please. Exhale, knees, hips, lay down. Inhale, curl up. Bring it back. Down dog, 3 breaths. You may want to take a Balasana holiday here, a child's pose holiday, that's okay. I know everyone's warm. Inhale, lift onto your toes, bend your knees, walk forward. Uttanasana, exhale and fold it in. Inhale, bend the knees, sink the hips, chair. Big breath in, exhale it out. Inhale, rise up, hands together, draw into the midline. Find mountain and take several rounds of breath here. Closing your eyes if that feels good. And just notice sensation, notice the heat and the energy in the body. And sometimes it actually takes generating that heat, that tapas, to really make you aware of the energy moving around, the alignment of your body, and find a way to create an instrument that tunes up beautifully from the center out to your own solar system, aligning everything up sweetly. So, from here, let's take a big wide step, and you can turn your toes out at diagonals. All right, goddess pose, bend the knees, sink the hips down, or horse stance for the men among you. Okay, drop your tailbone down, feel the belly pull in. From the soles of the feet, draw right up the legs into the center of the pelvis and find that strength inside. I look like I'm about to start a haka dance. We're not far off. Take the arms up towards the sky, shoulder distance apart with the hands, and strong fingers, and then bend the elbows. Sink the hips a little bit more. Inhale, lift onto the toes of the right foot. Keep the hips even and steady. Big breath in and out. You can take horse breath on this one. Into the nose and then out like this. And again. And out. Bring that right heel to the ground. Inhale, lift the left heel up. Horse breath. And again. Last breath. Bring the heel down. Straighten the legs for a sec. On your next exhale, bring them back down. I just did that because I needed a break. Take an inhale, rise onto both toes. Lift the arms and inhale, stretch up. Exhale, hands together. Bring them into the midline and sink the heels to the floor, coming back. Bring it up again. Inhale, lift onto the toes. Bring the arms up. Exhale, in towards the heart. Bend the knees. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Straighten the legs. Parallel the feet this time. Hands to the hips. Finally, the energy is going to start being cooled. So we're going to come into Prasarita. You may or may not need a block for this, or 2 blocks. So bring the hands to the hips, bring your elbows back. Lift the heart and take the tailbone down behind you. Exhale and start to fold forward. Soft knees, particularly hamstring people. And then holding halfway, take your hands to the floor or to a block. Drop the top of the head down towards the floor. Walk your hands back in between your feet if you have that. If not, if you're just working on taking the hands to the block, that's also fine. Soft knees. See if you can tilt the pelvis so that your sit bones lift up. Good. Find your Ujjayi breath. And then exhale, 2 hands to the floor. Bend your knees a lot. Toe heel your feet in towards each other and just drop the tailbone down, coming into Malasana, garland pose or squat. And those of you whose heels are rising up off the floor, your option is to throw a jumper or your mat, fold your mat up and put it underneath. And either you can do this against a wall or sit on a block. Okay? So a nice hip opener here. Sitting on a block for me. For those of you who don't want any props, that's also fine. Take your hands together at your heart and push your arms into your inner thighs. Lift your heart. Tailbone down. Let your breath settle. And if this is really not happy in your body, if the external rotation in your hips is just really not a good place to be, just come and sit in a cross-legged position on something. Let your breath be steady and slow. Let's take 2 more here. And then exhale, just lifting off your block and come and sit on the floor, please, or perhaps on a folded blanket. Taking your legs out at a wide angle here. Upavishta Konasana, okay? Now, first of all, we're going to get our seat properly aligned so that we can actually take the fold. So reach behind and take any flesh out behind you. Feeling your sit bone rest on the ground, and the same on the second side. So it's a slight internal rotation of your thighs. Keep your feet, the soles of your feet active. Curl your toes in towards your nose. For those of you with hamstring issues, go ahead. You can take blocks under your knees, okay? Take any pressure off, or just keep the knees bent so you've nothing to hand. And then from here, you're going to take the fold. Now, the fold may look like this, and that's fine. I just want you to feel that opening, okay? Otherwise, you can come down a little bit lower. You can also come down and rest yourself onto some sort of block or pillow or bolster. I'm going to take several rounds of breath here. And then feel the energy rising up from the soles of the feet, drawing in through the legs, into the center of the pelvis there. And as you exhale, exhale out through the legs, down through the soles of the feet once more. Feel your sit bones lift or rising or resting at least on the ground. Stay with your giant breath, but make the exhale a little bit longer. Begin to soothe the nervous system after all that hard work, bringing your energy down. Take another 3 rounds of breath here. And then exhale it out. Walk your hands back in towards you. You can bend your knees. Bring them in. You can take your hands to your feet. Maybe lift one foot. Maybe lift the other, lift the heart. Just for fun. And then exhale and relax. Okay. So I hope you're all okay. We're going to take it onto our backs now. We're going to soothe things down a little bit further. So I'd like you to lie down on your backs. Perhaps take a block with you for a supported bridge pose, or a book, or whatever you have. Lie down on your back with your knees bent and your feet hip distance apart, and then lift the hips. Pop the block, or whatever you have under your sacrum there, that flat area at the base of the spine. Okay? And then you may clasp around the far side of the block. If the block or book is in your way, just rotate it onto the long waist so that you feel supported, and then clasp the hands. Roll the shoulder blades onto the back and lift onto the tops of the shoulders there. So you should feel quite steady here. If you're not, you may need to move the block right or left a little bit. Your chin is automatically going to come into your chest, and your breathing is going to automatically go into the Ujjayi mode. So it'll be audible. Softening your gaze, or even closing your eyes here. Take 3 more rounds of breath. Last one. Exhale it out. Then lift the hips, take the block away, bring your hips down onto the floor, and you can bend your knees in towards your chest, hug them in. Good. And then from here, we're going to take a very simple spinal twist. Keep the knees bent and let them fall over to the right side, bringing your arms overhead. If that doesn't feel good in your shoulders, you can take your arms into a goalpost position or even down by your sides. I want you to feel comfortable and relaxed here. Exhale, turn your gaze over your left shoulder. You'll feel your belly pull in a little bit there. Just enjoy that stretch down the left side of the body. And then inhale, bring the knees up to center again. And exhale, let them drop down to the left. Turn your gaze over towards the right.